Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all well and safe and having a great day. It's the end of the day for me. I'm just having a cup of tea, chilling out and being quite smug because everything's gone all right for me. Well, not everything actually. One painting, I had 7 goes at it. I've done 2 today. One of them I had 7 goes at it before I got it right, but I hung in there and kept going. Wasn't this one? This one went all right straight away, and I did this after I'd had 7 goes at another painting. This is sketched out in paper by WeTransfer, and it's really all about creating the illusion of detail without spending too much time actually bothering to put any detail in there. So let's get straight into the video and I'll show you how I went about not doing any detail. Here we are in paper 53. I'm going to start a new drawing. Let's have a pencil. I've got a nice dark colour there, so that'll do. And I just want to rough out a rectangle because today I'm doing an odd shape that it's not the usual sort of A4 type thing. I'm doing an elongated panoramic scene, and it's a bit of a market town. This was a place called Loughborough, and they have a market every weekend. This photo is actually taken before the lockdown, but I have to say I have been I've got this completely wrong. I have been back to Loughborough during lockdown, and they've got the market going, and they've done it really well. That they've got a one-way system around the market. It's an open market, it's in the streets, but they've got like not a barricade, but metal rail things that stop people just sort of walking straight up to the stalls, and you have to sort of follow the one-way system round, and everybody's distancing. And I felt way safer and following this one-way system around the market hall than I did in the actual supermarket, which I didn't feel safe in at all. I hated every single minute of it, and I couldn't wait to get out. But the market at Loughborough, I can recommend that to everybody. I felt really, really safe. Got all these boxes here of fruit and vegetables and things, and I am not going to draw them all. I'm just going to put in squiggles and little things like that. How not to draw detail, that's what I'm going to call this video, I think. Because I'm definitely not going to do that. I've got this lady here. You can see how windy it is. Look at her hair blowing. It was a breezy day. Don't need the guide behind. A little bit of architecture makes it nice, I think. This is a sketch, and I'm wondering, should I do this as a painting? I'm thinking it might be quite nice. This would make a nice oil painting, actually. So if I sort of get them sketched down first, that should be in line with that. Does that need, that one needs to go over just a little bit. Take the eraser and get rid of that. got it all a little bit cramped. Never mind. Oops, and I know I can do the unlock thing and all of that, but I don't want to. This is when I use paper, it's always like I'm drawing on paper. I don't like to get into using all the digital features like the undo, although I did use it once. I much prefer to do it the conventional way, where, I don't know, call me a Luddite, I don't mind, but sometimes there we are, that's better. And that comes down. That surprised me. I didn't think that would be quite as low as that. I've got that too high, that's why. There, that's better. That makes sense now. Yeah, I think this would be a nice oil painting. And again, I don't want to get into detail, the architectural detail and all of that. Don't think we need that. I'm going to add lots of colour to this. I think this is going to be a vibrant, lively painting. That's the plan. This is the entrance to the Guildhall. So it's cool that we've got the this fine architecture, this old building, and then next to it a little market stall where somebody's just selling fruit and veg. I like it. Yeah, I've got that. Just checking that I've got that right. So I think there's value of me sharing the sketches with you, because you know you don't need to produce a masterpiece every single time you do something. Sometimes, you know, if you're not aiming to produce something that's going to be your best painting ever, it gives you a lot of freedom to try stuff, experiment, and just be loose. Whereas if you're working for that painting all the time, for that elusive best painting that you've ever done, you're trying a lot harder. So here you can see I'm just sort of putting little squiggly lines in and things, and got to get these people in. This guy, I love this guy, the way he's standing. I'm a bit high there, that's better. So the shoulders are like that, a bit of an angle. Way down, having to carry the shop in. Laden down on market day. A straight leg and a bent leg. Got two bags of shopping. Poor man. I wonder if this is his partner. I like to put figures closer together than they sometimes are in reality. And that's a compositional thing, I think, not to have such a gap. I'm just wondering whether to leave that guy in. I think I might leave that guy out. I'm not sure if he's going to add anything, but I do like this one that's kind of walking out. I've got this. My scene isn't quite as long as the photo, so I could move him over to the doors, I guess. Or on line with this pillar, perhaps. Head down. He seriously knows where he's going, this guy. Again, he's got his bag of shopping. Look at him with his legs sort of striding out. Probably got him a bit too. That's a bit better. Right, now I'm just wondering, do I ink this and colour it, or do I go in with the watercolour and more pencil work perhaps? I think I'm going to do that because the last one I did was an ink drawing. So do I need to do an ink drawing again? I don't think I do. Let's get the watercolour going and let's start getting some washes on this. There we are. Nice and quick. I think is that the colour I want? Might be a bit dark, that. Oops. Don't like what I've done. Smudge that. That's just keeping it really loose. This is a nice watercolour effect, you know, I have to say. It's not too shabby. I wonder if I go in with a lighter colour, it will overpaint the dark. I'm going to find out in a minute. Let's go back with the light one and just see if I can No, it doesn't, does it? But I bet I can use the mark. Can I use the marker pen? And no. What if I put in with white? I could kind of go over it with white, then take the pencil, sketch that back in again, and then go back in with a brush. Bit faffy. I'm going to try not to do that if I can. I'm going to but I can build colour up like that. So instead of having such a dark colour, use a lighter one. Although this does need to be in red, this red. Is that going to be too dark? No, I quite like that. That's alright. Bit too much. I think I overworked that a bit. That's better. Take this dark brown and take that orange. I can just keep building that up. Might be a bit too much though. Oh, I keep doing a double tap and I forget it doesn't work on here. I like that colour for the windows. I don't like what's happening there. That bit there, that's a bit weird. That's a nice warm colour. Got that the wrong way around. That's a bit bluer. Go. Oh, I want that kind of. Yeah, that'll have to do. Just thinking for the door frame. This is a very, very loose sketch, not like me, is it, really? It's alright though, I'm quite happy with it. Got this orange. It's got these lovely warm colours in this brickwork, or stonework I should say. It's not brickwork at all, is it? I want a sort of a nice deep wash, darker colours under there. Maybe pick that blue up as well, just sort of so we repeat it throughout the picture a little bit. Maybe put that in there. Just sort of randomly looking at painting in boxes. Bit of a colour there. I don't really want to be leaving any white, I don't think. Maybe in the odd place, but not too much. Having said that, I am going to put in a few lines of white perhaps. Oh, I just sort of sat back then and had a little look, and quite pleased. Let's get some of this fruit and veg in, and I'm just going to keep changing this colour, letting it merge together. Putting those lemons, got oranges, strawberries, apples and things. Loads of tomatoes. Needs a bit of green in there, don't we, I suppose? Sort of half shutting my eyes, thinking what else we got in there. Just pick the pencil up. Some stripy watermelon. Could get that watercolour brush in, choose a dark blue. Just wondering if I should use a pen. I think I probably will. I know I said earlier that I wasn't going to, but I think it needs it. So I'm changing the rules, man. But do I use a coloured pen? I love like a bright red. So I'm using coloured ink, whereas before I was just using black. Got lots of fruit going off there. Back to my brush. Get the guy in. Go. I like the way that sort of echoes the colour, or just sort of the colour just follows on from the door to the lady's coat. She's wearing jeans. And he's got a white bag. Ah, I can paint in white. Now that's interesting, because that means now I can like just flick little highlights in. So I can sort of lift that colour back out and then put it back in again. Let's give him that green shopping bag. Oh. And do we keep it white, or do we put another colour, like a dark? I need some dark under his legs there. What's this pen? What does that do? That's quite nice. I could use that to add detail to a coat. So this guy's jacket. No, it didn't do that. What was I thinking? It's more like that, isn't it? It's better. Yeah, there we go. We can sweep this round and get a bit of perspective going in, which kind of leads us into the scene. Oops. There we go. I'm just going to work in a little bit of this. I'm certainly not going to put any of the writing in now. Don't need that, do we? It's absolutely chucking it down here, which I have to say I do love. I love the sound of the rain. Yeah, I'm liking how this is coming on. I'm just thinking this figure here, I might just leave him like this sort of ink sketch with no colour on it. I think that's quite cool. There we go. Right, I'm going to change to a cream colour, not white, and I'm just going to do a little bit of window work, I think. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And the same here. That's a little bit too rough even for me. There we go. You can certainly change the complete feel of your lines just by changing the colour. I love sketching like this where it's just so loose. I'll have to put this lady in here. She looks very cold. Got little signs as well, haven't we? Like, So much for this. Stick a few of them in. In fact, they're all over the place. I've only just noticed that. They're everywhere, man. £1 bargain. I love it putting the white lines in. It's like the lights really catching it. And you can't do that. Well, you can if you've got a white inking pen, I suppose. I can say you can't do that on a conventional wallpaper, watercolor. And in fact, I did that very thing yesterday. I was doing a watercolor and I actually took out some white pens. Usually when I do that though, it means not digitally, but when I'm painting on paper, if I have to get white marker pens out and start doing stuff like this, it means that the painting is in actual fact a complete failure. See, I'm not really putting in any detail at all, but when I look back, it looks quite a detailed drawing. Just using a bit of white to lift him out, and I can go back in and put a bit of colour in perhaps. I don't know. I suppose I ought to. Just smudge that a bit with my finger. Go back in. Go. Just fiddling really. I'm just fiddling at this stage. Oh, lost my colours. I'm just seeing lots of different colours in the photo and I'm trying to incorporate them into it a bit. A little bit of that, oops, a bit of that blue, I quite like that. If I bring some white in, I can maybe just soften that up a bit. Very lightly. Lift that out and then put it back in again and pick my pen up. I don't know what pen I'm using. I've got no idea. It doesn't tell you. I guess there is a way of finding out. I'm sure I have looked at what all the brushes are in the past. I don't want to do any shading. Notice I haven't done any shading with the pen work. I've just used it to add lines, and all the shading has been done with the watercolor. I think that's quite important really. You know what, I think that's it. I quite like that. I'm going to sign that. There we go. A little what started off as a pencil sketch and then ended up as an ink and watercolour sketch of Loughborough Market. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them all with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye.